Ben.
Paolo.
So I have this incredible guy here. He's one of the most successful New York Post marketing genius, and he's also a former, like me, a former professional boxer. So I'm happy that we get the time to meet each other, and
I was never good as you. I was a good amateur stick boxer. I was a pretty good kickboxer. I think I think of myself more than the marketing gurus of the New York Post. I think of myself as one of the few boxers that has a degree in philosophy. Maybe that's kind of fun in that sense. But yeah, boxing is what brought us together.
Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, you train. Well, there's been a lot of different moments in our relationship. For sure, the boxing brought us together. I saw you, right at the beginning of your career, and you were sparring these incredible champions. And I'm like, this guy, or he's really crazy, or he has this incredible dream and ambition. And I think you're a combination of both, really, maybe in that sense.
But you remember we also started to train together.
Yeah, no, naturally. That was you really got me back into shape. You helped me get back into shape. It was fantastic. I came back to my boxing love. You brought me to the crazy, the dirty, smelly boxing gyms, which we love. And that was our first connection. And then, I think we had the connection of two Italians, immigrants really, coming to this country.
Talking Italian, can I make you an espresso?
Yeah, naturally.
Hold on. How do you want it?
Well, I have to show you. It's in my house. I gotta show you.
Hold on.
Up there.
I got it.
On the left. No. I have to get up.
Get up. It's live. Let's make it entertaining.
Right.
So I'm gonna take how you make a real Italian espresso.
Yeah, no. This is a fake Italian espresso.
Hold on.
I'm making you a fake one though.
It's okay.
Yeah,
That's an espresso. It's not bad.
Well, it's the Swiss version of an Italian espresso. Let's put it that way. Okay, fair enough. There it is. There goes your espresso.
I think you didn't pour water.
No. I think. I'm not
But
I got hit a lot, but not as much as you.
so let's go back talking while the espresso comes. So what
It's
are you
almost done. Here it is.
live?
Is that good for you?
It's great. Let's bring it to the table, baby. Here we go. So talking about life, so what are you up to in those days?
Life is complicated and simple at the same time. I've been very lucky. I've been pretty successful working both with brands, working on two of my companies, one of them that does marketing, the other one that called the Promotion Factory, the other one that creates experiences of all different types throughout the world, called the GR8 Experience. And it really, I think sometimes it depends on the time of day, how you wake up, if life is complicated or easy. I try to interpret life in this way, very simply. A famous writer said that you have to take life and work like the kid playing in the sandbox, right? And the kid playing the pen, he's playing, but he's playing with a lot of seriousness. And that's how I try to think of work and life, that it's a game, but it's a game you gotta play seriously.
So then what's life's about then? It's about being in a game, or being like, see lives in a way that it's a game, you gotta find your way to win the game or trick the game. So what's life's about for you?
Well, like I said, it's a very it's the only game we're gonna play. You know, it's the only game we're gonna play. You can see us as, you know, whereas here we're few hundred meters away from the beach, right, from the sand, and at the end of the day, all of us are going to end up little pieces of sand.
Yeah, that's the essence.
But there's a beauty in that, because our finite life allows us to try to accomplish as much as we can, and maybe even do as much as good as we can in this very divided world, very full of rhetoric and no two people almost getting along. I still believe there's a goodness in people. I want to believe that. If I don't believe that, that's why I do a lot of volunteer work. If I don't believe that, I think then, you know, I would wake up every day completely depressed.
And what do you think in your personal life and also work life, what's your 12th round, like your toughest round to go through?
Wow, that's a really tough question. You know, I think it's trying to see some, you know, the origin of the word happiness comes from the ancient Greek. It's called eudaimonia. It means harmony. And I think today it's very hard to see harmony in your personal life, in your work life, when you look at the world. So my challenge is always trying to hope and wish that I can find a harmony with myself, with other people, with my work, with love, with friendship, and with the world in general, in that sense. Sometimes I find it or I hope it, and sometimes I don't. And when I don't, it's not a good day.
That's the way I see it. But what I wanted to ask you also is, you know, you mentioned a little bit about being a boxer back in the days. So do you think the discipline that of, you know, also being a former professional athlete, a former professional boxer, you know, I had a lot of, and I'm sure you too, we both had a lot of discipline. So talking about your boxer career, do you want to tell us a little bit more? Did that career help you out later on in life towards your professional marketing career as well?
Absolutely. I think sports in general, and I was lucky because I played both, you know, like team sports, soccer, and I did, you know, kind of an individual sport, which was boxing and kickboxing. And for sure, they gave me some of the normal things that you expect, right? Discipline, desire to achieve. But I think it's more than even that. I think it really empowered me to feel that I could do things, right? When I came to America, I think I always thought about sometimes that, you know, rough round when I, you know, rough fight when I won the Italian Cup, etc. And I was losing in the first round. The guy was pretty much killing me, etc. And I always say, and I ended up winning. So, you know, there's always that good punch, right? I had that big left hook and boom, and I put it in there and I won. And I think that's how, when I came to America, I was like, I was alone. I didn't have any money. My family was in Italy.
That was the American dream, no?
Yeah, a little bit the American dream. But in the 80s, for me, that was my American dream. But and I think that the sports in general helped me, and that's why I do a lot of volunteer work. I coach kids in boxing. I coach kids in soccer. I belong to a wonderful organization called Street Soccer USA.
Which also, they put a field in your name, right?
Yeah, well, we put it in I helped build the field in the poorest area, not of New York, of America, in the Bronx. You know, I did it in honor of my mother, and they put a plaque for my mother and my family. We entitled the field to a friend of mine who unfortunately passed away, and he helped me build the field, and he had a car accident, and his friends and the organization, we were able to raise the last money we needed to build this field. And this is why I think there has to be a lot of hope in the world. Not that I don't think I'm this great saint, that's for sure. I'm not Saint Venanzio. I'm more of a kind of a devil, but I have the saint on my little shoulder telling me, do good too, do good too. So I think if we could build a field in a very poor community, and that community has helped hundreds of kids, and it even looks more beautiful thanks to these 2 soccer fields. I think there's a lot of hope. I just think people should focus more on this. I think this is the sadness of social media. It just brings out the worst in us, the division in us, and not the best of us. And that to me is the sad part, and this is why I feel kind of bad. I don't even know if I would want to be a kid today, you know?
Yeah,
Because,
it's true.
you know, I don't know if I want to be a kid. I'm happy where I'm at because I don't want to live on my phone. I don't want to live through social media. Sure, I have, like everyone else, I have my thing, but I want it to be just like you told me about your show, right? Your show was this idea to help others, to tell the story of
To touch people's lives.
Correct.
That's what life's about, you know, try to get better every day, like...
Right, look, no one is here to teach lessons. I don't have any lessons
No.
to teach. But if someone can
pass
feel...
it to others.
Correct. If someone
Yes.
can feel a little bit inspired, if someone can get an idea from my story or your story, it's fantastic. Then we've touched, you know, like you said, you pass it on. So I'm very, I really believe in that, and I think, though it's unfortunately you don't see it as much, right? Everything on social media is like, I hate you and you hate him and he hates her. It's all like this. I hope things will change somehow. Miraculously, everyone will go, what are we doing? But I don't know if that's going to happen. It's maybe that's my little dream in that sense.
Because the world needs more people like him.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think maybe it needs more people that's not like me, but maybe think a little bit like me. That's it.
True.
You know, they just say, but no, I'm excited. You know, I've been lucky because I see younger friends of mine like yourself coming here, you know, struggling, then going into fighting like crazy and really overachieving, and then though also saying, you know what, I can do even more with my life and training people, and now having a great life in California and beautiful sunny LA, and touching, and like you said, touching people, and I think that's great when I can see this in my friends, especially the younger my friends of mine. I think this gives me a big satisfaction. I feel really good about that. Those are the good days, you know.
Nothing less to say. Grazie di cuore.
How was the coffee?
Was
Even
okay.
with the